Hello and welcome to weeks 13 and 14. So these past 2 weeks I've moved on from that song I was practicing before and started learning about the black notes in scales. So the black notes are called accidentals and they're known either as sharp or flats, sharps or flats depending on the scale that you're in. So the way it works is every note has to be covered in the scale. So say the scale I've been learning is the G major scale. So it goes G, A, B, C, D, E, and then instead of this black note above F can either be F sharp or G flat, but because the G scale already has a G in it, we call it F sharp. So rather than having G flat G, it's F sharp G. So yeah, it's just that every letter has to be accounted for in the scale. So yeah, the first thing I learned when doing when introducing black notes into my playing was the chromatic scale. So the chromatic scale is basically just all of the black notes and the white notes together, and it's got like a bit of an interesting finger pattern to it. So when you're going up, when you get to like the notes where it's two white notes next to each other, on the way up you play your first finger and your right hand plays your thumb, and then it swaps. So right hand plays first finger and left hand plays thumb. And on the way down it's the opposite. So your left finger will play your thumb first and your right hand will play your index finger first. So it's like it can be a bit of a finger twister. So yeah, I'll put a metronome on and I'll try to play that through 90 BPM, and I hope that made sense. So on the way up it's index finger on left and thumb on right, and then swap. And then on the way back down it's thumb on left, index finger on right first, and then swap. And then you kind of like step over with your middle finger. Everything else is played with your middle finger and your thumb kind of stepping in a stepping motion. So yeah, I'll put the metronome on and give it a go. And then the next lesson was, I believe, about the G major scale. So I'd already been practicing the G major scale because it's in the piano grade 1 exam. So I already do that like in my walnuts. So the G major scale has F sharp in it, and it only has one sharp. So F sharp, and yeah, I'll play that for you now as well at 90. Yep. And then there was a little piece that kind of incorporated both the G major and the chromatic scale at points. Like this thing, this little exercise doesn't stick to one scale, it kind of swaps. So yeah, I'll play it through, but it does sound a little bit weird because you're going out of the G key quite often. So yeah, I'll play that through as well. Yep, and now I'm learning about inversions. So inversions is a triad of a chord, like I explained probably 10 weeks ago, is like 3 notes. So C is C, E, G, or A minor chord is A, C, E. And you're basically like skipping every other note in the scale. So if you're playing C, E, G, there's 2 other ways you could play that. You could play that E, G, C, or you could play G, C, E. And then once you go up again, you're back to C, E, G. So that's what an inversion is. Sorry. So say I was playing A minor inversions, it'd be A, C, E, C, E, A, E, A, C, and then back to A, C, E. Let me double check that. A, C, E, and then C, E, A, E, A, C, and then A, C, E. Yeah. So, right. It has a bit of a weird finger technique as well. So on the first, they're called first, second, and root position. So when you've got the A at the bottom, for example, this is root position of the A minor chord. When the A's on top, that's first inversion. When the A's in the middle, that's second inversion. So when you're playing the second inversion with your left hand, it has a slightly different fingering pattern. You play your pinky, index finger, and your thumb. So your 5, 2, and your 1 fingers. And then back to root position where you play pinky, middle finger, and thumb. So 5, 3, 1. Does that make sense? So ACE is 5, 3, 1 or 1, 3, 5. First inversion is 1, 3, 5 again. Second inversion is 5, 2, 1. And then root position again is back to 5, 3, 1. And then on the way back down it goes root position, second inversion, first inversion, root position. But in the right hand, it's the first inversion that has the 1, 2, 5 fingering. So, say I was playing a G major chord, so GBD. GBD would be 1, 3, 5. Then BDG, sorry, would be 1, 2, 5, and then DGB, second inversion, would be 1, 3, 5 again, and then back to root position with the 1, 3, 5, and then second inversion is 1, 3, 5, first inversion's 1, 2, 5, and back to root position. So yeah, they are kind of they've kind of been the sticking point so far. Getting these to a decent speed, I can only really play them continuously at probably about 60. So I'd like to get it to 80, and then the next challenge is playing both hands together, which I'm really not good at the moment. So I might give it a go and show you, but yeah, I'll try and play these at 60 first, and I hope my explanation of them wasn't too confusing. So we'll play G major chords. So oh. Sorry. No, that's probably too fast. I did my piano practice earlier today, so I'm doing this later in the day without any warm-up or anything, so... Right hand. Cool. So yeah, that's been practice for these past 2 weeks. Sorry for not getting a video up last week, but time just got away with me, but I am still doing my practice every day. So yeah, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.